Hello there and welcome. This is a GCS2 update video. We're on day 3 and already we're over 50% of the way through our funding for GCS2. The level of support you have shown and the enthusiasm and passion you have displayed has been nothing less than awesome. But I must admit, I didn't expect anything less. I know how great this community is. We all know it, and we're very passionate people, and we know what we love and we know what we want. And it's my job within that community right now to ensure I organise the best tournament possible with the funds you have bestowed upon us. I have a great team with us. We've got Jan doing the website, Dan doing the stream and all the technical stuff. We've got Ed, who's helped us get this amazing venue. And with that, my responsibilities at the moment are at a pitch. I've got a lot of pressure on my shoulders, and it's a lot of hard work to ensure that for the finances work out, we know what we're going to do with the money, and it's all modelled correctly. So I've been doing a lot of work in spreadsheets, as you can imagine, and the good stuff out of that right now is I've got a milestone plan that I've now expanded on. I've made more specific, and I've made more exciting. And also, it now has a cap at $12,000. That's right, $12,000 is the exact amount I believe we need to absolutely make sure everything we want to happen can happen. And a lot more of exciting stuff on top of that. So without further ado, let me go through the milestones with you, and I'll explain how they've changed from launch till now, 3 days in. It doesn't touch anything we've accomplished already. It's just what we're going to accomplish next together. So as you will know, the first few milestones we blitzed through, quite literally. They were just basic. They're figments of the past. I mean, 2-player live showdown, we don't even have to think about that anymore, for example. Where it stands right now, we're on a very good 4-player live tournament with very good prizes. We've got posters and t-shirts for benefactors as part of the raffle. We've got a decent trophy and improved production values. So basically, Dan's going to have some decent software and stuff to do the stream on. That's all that means. It's basically the essentials. Now, this is where we're going to go because we've got several months to fundraise as a community, and I believe we are going to accomplish these milestones together with. And I think you're going to be excited with what I'm laying out. There are some small changes. Before the milestones after this point were a little bit vague at times. They were stuff like improve live production, improve prestige of the tournament. It wasn't specific enough and it wasn't exciting enough. So the first thing you should know is that the travel wasn't going to work out at the 8,000 mark. I've had to basically keep the prize pool the same when we increased to an 8-player tournament. And I think that's pretty obvious. To be honest, I think I might have done a little calculation in pounds rather than dollars, and forgot that the funds are in dollars. Basically, in order to make sure we could fly 8 players in, we're going to have to keep the top levels the same between these 2 milestones. But this is where it starts to get exciting. So nothing at the 8,000 milestone mark changes. It's still benefactors voting the 8th guy, and we're going to have a competitive show match at the event. But I think you can see a little man peeking out at the bottom. This is where the changes kick in. We've no longer got Churchill at V for Victory. Instead, we've got $40 benefactor tournament. So if you're one of those guys that most people are donating 40, but if you donate less, that's fine. But if you are, you have the chance to compete for a GTX 1080. This is intended to be for benefactors, not pro players. So if you're going to be going in for qualifying tournaments, you can't play in this. This is going to be a very funny tournament. It's going to be a good laugh. We're going to have a good time. And anybody that donates $40 is eligible to enter into that tournament. It's a reward for supporting the tournament. We're also going to have a caster showdown commentated on by top players. At the very least, this will be me versus Dan, but it could include other such names. We might invite Romeo, we might invite Imperial Dane, etc. There's some great casters in the community. They're also decent players, not including me. Mega trophy with plate for second place. Basically, I'm going to research other trophy providers than the shop that's close by and try and find something a little bit bigger and more exciting. And also a plate for the second place. Think tennis kind of thing. Anyway, and this is the final milestone. So after the victory comes the celebration, and this is where it gets exciting. At this, we reach the $2,000 prize pool, which was previously at 10, but obviously with the travel stuff, I've pushed everything up a bit. I think $2,000 is the moral maximum you would expect a competitive Company of Heroes 2 player to win at this huge, prestigious event. I think it's a really nice round number, and it also allows us to make sure everybody can be flown in. We also pay down to 200 for 5th to 8th. I'm not going to rest until we hit this milestone. I'm going to be doing a lot of fundraising. I'm going to be doing a lot of streams. Might be doing stuff like the Civil War and the Operational Unthinkable Mirror Match tourneys as fundraising, and just to try and expand the reach of the people that have got eyes on this event. Other milestones when we hit 12k. Live event attendees will also be able to compete for a GTX 1080 graphics card. Relic are supplying these, by the way, and I'm putting them to good use as part of fundraising goals. The whole point here is everybody that's going to be at the live event, that's for $150 donators or more, you have the right to come to the live event at that point. It's limited because we've got 40 spaces, basically. You will be able to play in a tournament and then have the final at the live event with the players. How exciting could that be? So somebody like Ishtari could be now practicing, playing against fellow attendees, and then we're going to have the hype banter of seeing them play live at live event. It's going to be so cool. You'll love it. I think that's really cool. And then Pompey 606 is organising a trip to Bovington Tank Museum. This will be an organised trip for people attending the GCS2 live tournaments. And it's going to be on the 13th of September. That's the Thursday before that weekend. And we'll pay the fuel of the minibus he'll be needing to get everybody there, because he lives in Portsmouth. It's in Bovington, as you may know, and so that's that one. And then the last one is what Ed wants to do. There's a drum booth that's quite large, about half the size of this room, and that's where we're going to have the players practice PCs. We're going to make it into like a bunker or a pillbox. We're also going to have a lot of World War II garb around the place and really jazz it up and make it exciting. It's not all going to be cheesy, don't worry, but we're going to have a significant section that is, and it's going to be a good time. And at that point, all objectives have been met. No further aid shall be necessary. Terrible impression of the Wehrmacht announcer there, but that's basically the tiger ace of the thing. If we get this point, it's the ace point. We won't need any more than this. Financial transparency is a must in this tournament. I feel there's a large weight of pressure on my shoulders, and I want to deliver. $12,000, I think, is the perfect amount. If we hit 8, we're still incredibly happy. 10, we're even happier. 12, we're laughing. And let's face it, at that point, there's no need for any more money. So that's the milestones, how they work. Any questions, please comment in this YouTube video or any post you've seen this on. I'll be scouring them and looking for them. If you're wondering about my Patreon account, by the way, that doesn't exist anymore. I don't feel comfortable with having a Patreon and also having a fundraising website. The Patreon was never for me. It was for events, and this is the event I'm organising. So there you go. Thank you again, everybody, for your donations so far. Donate what you can. Don't donate more than you can. That's important, especially if you haven't got the money. But if you have got the money, please do. You're going to be creating awesome entertainment for yourself in the future. For now, there'll be more updates coming in GCS2. Some cracking things will be happening in the coming weekends. I'm be very excited to talk about them when they're finalised. But the future is very exciting. So thank you.